The second thing is, how do you prepare for your chalk talk? And I really think that one of the most important things you can actually do is, if you're fortunate enough to get asked to come to an interview, it's absolutely fine to ask a question to whoever invited you about whether there will be any specific things to the formatting of your chalk talk. So for example, are there PowerPoint slides allowed? Are they expected or maybe encouraged? Are you only going to be drawing? And I think it's important to know, like, where, if you can at least, what type of drawing? Is it going to be on a whiteboard? Maybe you should bring markers along. Maybe it's going to be a chalkboard. I think it's very reasonable to ask, what tools am I going to have? Because it's nice to know, to plan ahead about what's going to be available to you. It's also good to know how much time you'll have to prepare. Typically when you're giving your chalk talk, it's on the same day that you're going to have lots of one-on-one interviews. So, do you have 30 minutes ahead of your chalk talk to really put things out on the board? Or are you going to be rushed there and have maybe 5 minutes? So it's important to know if you're going to be doing most of your drawing on the fly, or if maybe you have some time to put some stuff on the board ahead of time. The other thing you want to know is who's going to be attending. And not that they're going to be able to tell you everybody in the audience, but in some cases, it may be just limited to a very small number of faculty. It could be a very open session. And it's really nice to know, basically, anytime you give a presentation, whether it's a seminar or a chalk talk, it's good to know who's in the audience so that you might be able to tailor it a bit better. Now, the other key thing is that you really have to think about and plan and practice how you're going to sketch out your aims for your R01 proposal. And one of the things that I really recommend doing, some people have done this in talks that they've given out, but you're certainly able to prepare a document that you bring with you. And I like to do this when I gave my chalk talks and my presentations. I had a very small paper that had a little bit of an outline so that I could hand it to everybody who showed up. And that way they had a piece of paper that they could take notes on. They could follow along with what the aims are. Now, you don't want to make that like a 10-page thing. I recommend doing it in one page, but it's just something for the audience to look at while they're following you along on the chalk talk. Okay, what about the content of the chalk talk? And I can't tell if anyone's raising their hands, but if anyone has a question, feel free to just turn your mic on and stop me, or you can turn on your video, and I'll be able to see you.
Yeah, I think, Todd, I don't think they have the ability to turn their mics on, but if you all do have questions, you can put them in the Q&A. It looks like this was set up as a webinar, but I'm
Okay,
happy
so
to
I
read out
can't.
from the Q&A.
Oh, bummer. I can't.
Yeah, I'll see if I can change it.
Okay. I missed Zoom. Okay. So the chalk talk content. So I keep mentioning this R01 style. What I really mean by that is, typically you're going to have prepared 3 aims. Do I have a question? Hold on. I saw something pop up. I lost it. Okay. So you're typically going to have 3 aims. And what you typically want to do is, first, you want to set up something about what is known in the field. What are the big questions that you will address? And these are really like the sort of your long-term goals. Then you want to consider what are the short-term goals that you have. And typically what you're going to do is you're going to list your 3 aims, and then you're going to attack them in order. And I found that in most cases, you want to list your most important aims first. So you want to tackle them sort of in the order of importance, because typically you'll have more time to talk about the things you start about. So for aim 1, for example, it's going to be the thing you spend the most time on. Aim 2, slightly less, and aim 3, the less, if you can get to it. It's important that you're spacing your talk so that you'll both stay on time. So you have to know, how long do I have? And then you'll also have time to discuss all 3 of your aims. Now, this is important when you're writing a grant, but it's also important when you're describing them, is that remember that your aims should be conceptually linked to each other. Obviously, they're all written in a similar grant, but each aim should not be dependent on the other's success. So you can't make an aim 2 that's dependent upon aim 1 being successful. It's important that you're stating your hypotheses clearly and that your experiments are designed to give you clear answers. So typically like a yes or no kind of answer. And finally, you should be prepared to discuss alternative approaches. Now, all of these things are probably not that surprising to you, because most of you have probably written grants, and these are all things that you typically want to put into your grant. But you want to make sure that you're also getting these concepts across while you're presenting the chalk talk. Okay.